Damon here with NLP Gym. The audacity to live your truth. If you haven't already, please subscribe to this YouTube channel to get these videos on a regular basis. The audacity to live your truth. You will make generalizations about yourself, and other people will make generalizations about who you are. They will make judgments about who you are. It helps us to feel comfortable and safe and predictable, to have a sense of consistency with ourselves and the people around us, especially our friends, our family. We want to have a sense of that they're predictable, that they're consistent, that we know who they are. And this is a good thing. This is not necessarily all bad. However, this will in some ways limit you. You know, we are who we are, right? Why would we need audacity to just be ourselves? But we do. And so often people aren't really truly being themselves. And the truth is, you don't really know who you are. And that can be scary, or it can be really exciting. And I choose to take the really exciting, because I feel like I'm discovering myself all the time. And I think that will serve you more than trying to have a too firm a grip on who you think you are. And what we often are operating from are the generalizations we make about ourselves and the generalizations that other people make about us. You know, we have family who we're really close to, we have friends who we're really close to, and they think about us in certain ways, and in that sense they're kind of imposing their generalizations, they're imposing their judgments, they're imposing the compartments. They put you in a nice neat box, and it's easier that way. And when you try to step outside that box, you start falling under the scrutiny of your own judgments. You start falling under the scrutiny of other people's judgments. Also often, when people try to do something better for themselves, or they step out and take a risk to try to make their lives better, or they do something that maybe other people don't think is a good idea, like a creative pursuit, or traveling somewhere, or they open a business. Most of the time, your really close friends, your really close family, the people who love you, don't want you to be disappointed. They don't want you to get hurt. They don't want you to take risk that way. But there's probably also something more there too, and that is that if you become very successful, if you become a different person, if you become something they're not used to and not familiar with, they might get the sense that you're leaving them, that you're not who they thought you were. And you've just got to get over this, because if you stay in that within the boundaries of who you think you are, if you stay within the boundaries of who you're closest, the people who are closest to you think you are, there's nothing but suffering there. There's nothing but a mundane existence of being safe and doing things that are very low risk. And that way you don't evolve yourself, you don't grow, you don't self-actualize. And self-actualization is not a thing, it is a process. It's an ongoing thing. It's an ongoing discovering yourself. And this is what life is all about. It's evolving yourself and growing and discovering who you are as your life goes on. It's not about trying to figure it all out and having this firm grip on who you are. It's good to be grounded. That's important. And to take this journey of self-discovery and self-actualization, it does take grounding. And in a lot of cases, good close friends and family can give you that grounding. So it may sound like a paradox. It definitely is striking a balance. You have to know the feedback that you're getting from friends and family, if it's serving you or if it's limiting you. And even if they're well-meaning, doesn't mean that you shouldn't be friends with them, doesn't mean that you shouldn't talk to your family. It just means you need to keep it in perspective and follow your desire. Your desire is that direction to follow that will cultivate that new sense of self and that self-actualization. And be willing to take those risks, be willing to take those chances. The rewards will be many. Staying within the safe confines of who you think you are and who everyone else thinks you are. Really, there's not much there but suffering and distraction. People who do this a lot, they end up just watching TV a lot, they end up drinking, they end up constantly looking for distractions to distract them from who they really are or who they could really be. when you go through this process and when you start receiving those judgments, even your own judgments, and when you start receiving the judgments of others, when you're stepping outside of that boundary, you're stepping outside of that box, you're going to need something to keep you going. And that's what Audacity is. Audacity is that knowing that goes beyond judgment, the knowing who you are, that goes beyond your judgment, that goes beyond other people's judgment. It's that audacity to be yourself, even when you're being scrutinized, even when your own judgments are coming at you. And that's probably the hardest part. You might get this feeling like, oh, I've done something wrong. I remember when I moved to Los Angeles from New Orleans to become a filmmaker, the first thing I felt when I landed there was I had done something wrong, that I needed to go back. And I was coming under my own judgments, but there often were the judgments of others. Their voices were in my head, and I had to fight through that, and it was really difficult. And I have a coaching client and a friend who's becoming a celebrity. He's becoming famous, and we just did a coaching session where it's not the first time he's had this issue. He feels like he's losing touch with his family. He feels like they might not love him anymore if he becomes famous, and he's feeling that feedback from them, and some of his friends too. And so I just assured him that if they truly love you, they truly care about you, they're probably not, they don't want you to be disappointed, and they're afraid of losing you. But if they truly love you, they will be there for you on the other side of this thing. No matter how you change, no matter how you self-actualize, even if that means you become famous, the people who truly love you will continue to love you. So don't worry about that. Go forward. And the people who fall away, well, they weren't really your friends. They weren't really, there can be jealousy involved because you're doing something that they wish they had the guts to do. And you're a constant reminder of them not doing that in their lives. And you're no longer distracting them from that. So they have to go find another friend, or they have to go watch some more TV or something like that, find another distraction, because being in your presence means they have to own up to and face the fact that they're not living their potential. They don't have the audacity to live their truth like you do. If you haven't already, please check out our website, nlp-gym.com. Check that website on a regular basis. We're always adding trainings and new programs to that. And as I mentioned before, please subscribe to this YouTube channel so you can get these videos on a regular basis, and follow us on Facebook, where in real time I'm updating trainings and our free practices. Take care.